All right, everybody. It's not 5 o'clock p.m. yet. Guess what, folks? I already got my beer. And I want to welcome you to the final episode of the Happy Hour live stream. I hope everybody's doing all right. Oh, boy. I figured I'd start out with some tunes. If this is going to be the last Thursday show, because the whole schedule's changing next week, folks. As you guys know, going back to the regular workforce next week. And believe me, taking a move from telecommunications to the financial business world is going to be very difficult. So I'm going to have to focus a lot of concentrations, but never fear, folks. Earl Grey Tuesday is going to change from 9 p.m. to 11. The midnight run will still be 8 to 12. And I'm going to be up on the air. I still should have Soul Polls Saturday. That may be at a later time, depending. There will no longer be a Sunday show, folks. So I hope everybody's doing well. It is Thursday, 5 o'clock p.m. It is, of course, now happy hour. So technically, I've already had beer today. You know, like I said, if I'm gonna do the final one, it's gonna be the final one. You know. Now the thing about it is, folks. And part of the reason why I picked the particular job I did, now I could have got a lot more at Spectrum, but without that, what would have happened is I would have not been able to do any live streams, at least any decent ones. The hours are comparable to where I can still continue to do what I like to do, folks. What's up, Pugman, Bone Chip? Looks like everybody else is in here, I guess, so maybe I should put final one on the other videos, so... We're not reviewing any videos today, so feel free to ask me any questions. I'm going to get a little regular music going, so let me put that a little bit in the background. Well, of course I've had beer. Turn that down a bit. Yes, Sean G. Sean, this is, remember, folks, you remember, guys, I told you about, You know, how he just goes and films everywhere without even thinking about where he's filming. He goes out and films in someone's bathroom. Oh man, I really like this up. But yeah, him going into the bathroom, I mean, he should be ashamed of himself. Not everybody wants to be on camera. I hate the fact that he does that type of stuff too. And of course, I got my Japanese beer from the Thomas Creek Brewery. Always nice and crisp. Nice and light, just the way I like it. And I keep the stronger beer whenever I have burgers and fries, which I've not had in a while, so I only got one Japanese beer left, and then I got 6 other ones. Yep, this will be the last happy hour live stream, Pug, because I'll be working past 5 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, so it would be impossible for me to continue it. I'll come up with maybe a different time or so forth, but I got to get everything organized. But I'll let you know, Pug, man. I'll send you more information on it there. Of course, the only thing I don't like also is, you know, I practically get the same office desk that I had at Verizon. Literally the same. It's it's the world we live in, I guess. Everything is compartmentalized and stuff. But, you know, it can always be worse. I'm there to get paid, not to worry about the environment. He did? He almost got into an accident. Oh, dang. What a bozo. Well, that's what you get whenever you're filming and you're driving. You can't concentrate. We'll check it out on the midnight run tomorrow. Of course, we're going to play the rest of Big Lenny's video where he goes to Target and gets new stuff. So, folks, what are you guys doing for happy hour? It's 5 o'clock p.m. It's beer o'clock somewhere, so I certainly hope you got some beer. Such great music. Water check free? Okay, I gotcha. But yeah, folks, you guys knew this day was coming. I was doing independent work, but, you know, I needed to settle on some general dates, so. Zuber? Oh, that's good stuff there, Cat. You doing it well, my friend. Now, Saturday, folks, there's going to be probably 2 shows. I'm going to do the business show. Like I said, I'm still up in the air for Soul Pole Saturday. I don't think I'll have any weekends to work. I may have to work 1 or 2 a month or so. Basically, I work when the banks are open, if that makes any more sense. Because I'm working for pretty much for a bank there, folks, so I work bank hours. What is that doing? I don't know why it just fuzzed out all of a sudden. I hate it when that does it. Move away from the screen. Come on, autofocus. Oh boy. When I post the Sean G video tomorrow, why is that doing that for? There we go. Hello, Sadie. You did want me to punish you, so here you go. There you go. You get a minute punishment. I clean the lens every single time. It just does that with this camera. Yeah, this is the final happy hour live stream. Next week, all the hours are going to just be weird, but there's still going to be an Earl Grey Tuesday. And there's still going to be a midnight run for 4 hours. I'm working banker's hours now, but now that I work for pretty much for a bank or a bunch of banks. Banking institution. Hard to describe, folks. But like I said, we're not reviewing any videos, so just ask me anything. Well, feel free to ask me anything. Yep, Romulos, this is the final happy hour live stream. We're still going to be doing a lot of live streams, so plenty of stuff. I'm not working for security. I'm in the financial investments business now, so just an arm of the financial investments business, so can't quite describe. I can't really you know, I don't want to get trolled at the place of work or so forth, so yeah, I'm still going to do the Earl Grey Tuesday and the Midnight Run. Those shows will still continue. Well, we're not reviewing any videos today, Ryan. We'll review those tomorrow. This is just strictly Q&A. Well, we don't have to imagine, Ryan. I saw the video. Someone sent you, I think you sent it to me on Instagram. But about 3 or 4 other different people sent me that as well. Sean G is a nutcase. Weird circumstances. I mean, I was probably going to start back at Spectrum, but I'm tired of telecommunications. I need to do something different. And like I said, folks, nothing beats having your resume, having an actual resume website. Like I said, folks, when you have a resume website, you can do great things. It's a lot more impressive. It's a lot more functional. So, for some people who have trouble having a job, instead of referring them to a LinkedIn site with a plastered filled with ads and stuff, just send them there. You know, I appreciate that. Oh yeah, we got to cut loose. The best way to describe it wouldn't be an employer. It's a consortium, actually. They operate out of Panama, so... So it does involve a little bit of international work too, so. Well, like I said, I wanted to get into the banking, financial investments industry. Now I am, so. Because telecommunications, I mean, if I went to Spectrum in about 5 years, the same thing would have happened to me at Verizon. The same thing, Teletech, Alltel. The job would have been shipped over to India. Screw that. Not dealing with that no more. I'm just drinking beer, cat. Now, of course, I always put a napkin on top of my beer when I'm at a bar, so that way, especially at gay bars, that way someone doesn't slip me any roofie or any shit like that. Possibly. But I got a passport. I can get a passport. No, this look at the shape of the glass. You think you'll put cognac in here in this type of glass? It's a beer mug. Only beer goes in it. I can't discuss it there right now. Just got to get all the background checks and stuff like that, but yeah. Next week, supposedly starting Monday. Let me see if they sent me this. Yeah. It's a base pay and commission. There's performance bonuses, but the pay is going to be pretty low to my standards, of course. I'm not going to be making $70,000 a year base pay. But the purpose of it, really, more or less, it gives me flexibility to still continue live streams, as well as doing other things, you know. The most important thing is anything that I make from that job, I can put directly towards retirement. Every last penny I can put towards retirement. And folks, that's gonna be nice. I used to work for FedEx. Yeah, I've heard they've gotten a lot worse. Everything's being shipped to Indian call centers. That's why I picked this specific job. This job will never go to any Indian call center, ever. Well, that's the thing again. The reason why I got this specific job is because the company lost about 40 people whenever they left from the work at home. So that gave me an opportunity to slip through the door. So that's how I was able to get the job, was because of that situation. But it's not a not. I mean, obviously, this type of job I'm doing is not going to be ideal for working at home. But it's going to require some travel. No, I won't be working from home. I'll do some travel, but that'll be about it. I mean, it's a bank. You can't work a bank job at home specifically, especially when you're handling finance. I mean, think about it for a minute. You're handling financial transactions, investments, and you're working with that. People don't want to do that from home. You can't do that type of stuff. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's completely out of my field. I've never worked in the financial industry, so there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to have to learn. Yeah, I'll be going to the office daily. No, I worked at a place worse than Piggly Wiggly. I worked at Walmart. Basically, they happen. That doesn't surprise me, Remulus. It doesn't surprise me one bit. FedEx and UPS have been going down pretty well. USPS is being drained by the government. Yes, Pugman, I have to wear a shirt and tie and a suit coat on occasions. But don't worry, folks. You know I got suits and ties and coats and stuff. This one's pretty formal, except on Fridays. Fridays is business casual. I mean, at Verizon, you can work in flip flaps and garbage, but definitely not this job. McCut can't even boss himself around. It's a goof. Nah. But honestly, folks, even moving in this different path or so forth, not sure if it'll work out or not. I'll make it work. But it's good to try something different when I have the capability and I have the skills and I have the resume and stuff. Well, the issue isn't subcontracting unless you're talking about the customer service side. Because you have to understand FedEx drivers are independent contractors as well as UPS. There are very few people that work directly, as far as drivers are concerned, that work directly for UPS or FedEx. They're technically contractors. I'm surprised DHL is still around. But no, I'm not going to be working in a bank itself. I'm in it's a corporate building, like on the 11th floor or something. It pretty much the office desks and stuff, the partitions and stuff almost look exactly the same as the ones whenever I was working at Verizon. I didn't know that. I definitely wouldn't want to work salary rise. I would want to work as a contractor. As a contractor, you'll make a lot more money. Pay less taxes too. He would be thrown out. You know, you're definitely not allowed to film in any bank whatsoever. Yep, back to the cubicles. I never minded the cubicles at all. I'm not working at a bank. I'm just working for the banking industry. So I'm not a bank teller or anything like that. I don't have to look or talk to people. It's mostly phone and paperwork stuff, a lot of paperwork, so the only thing I'm kind of surprised at is just a lot of jobs that I've interviewed for within the past couple months, they're no longer asking for degrees, which is actually a good thing. It's like Elon Musk said, a lot of these companies are just looking for experienced professionals, such as myself. So they didn't really ask me that many questions. I'm just kind of surprised. But like I said, I have a resume website and I have years of experience, so I guess they didn't really need much from me. Oh, the commute is awesome. It's about 15 minutes away from where I live. Well, Kat, you should always have what you would want to do if you don't know all the places that you've worked for. You can go to the IRS Center and check all your tax stubs and stuff. They can give you a list of all the companies they have taxes for. And then just put a general reference as far as to when you work for those companies. I worked at Co America. Oh, cool, Pug. Sean G gave Lamar a shout out 30 minutes before he filmed PN. I mean, I didn't expect to have any issues finding a job or anything like that because I've not burned any bridges, and I got the results to back it up there, folks. The question was what I was going to actually do. That was the confusing thing. So I'm moving completely in a opposite direction from the telecommunications business. And I think that's going to work out well for me. So, because if I went to work at Spectrum, how long how long is it? I don't know how long I would have had the job. 3, 4 years, 5 years before it got shipped to India. I can't deal with that no more. I'm taking a huge pay cut, but I would rather take a pay cut and have to work my way back with commissions than to get a nice fat check like I did at Verizon for a finite amount of time. No, sadly, I can't drink cognac at the cubicle. Warehouse work isn't that hard work, Pug. I mean, it definitely requires lifting, but but if you're like a forklift driver, I mean, there's gonna hardly be any lifting. Well, Deads, I don't consider it a grind this time. This is the first time to where I go back to work and I'm not using the work to pay bills because I've spent the time over the past year and a half in building up my business. My business is paying my bills easily. So what I'm actually going there for is to put extra money in for retirement. Oh, YouTube would never pay the bills, Deads. It never will. I wouldn't want it to do that anyway, Deads. I want to have purpose, you know what I mean? Oh God, I'm not trying to get fired or anything. Hmm. Mmm. The beer's good. But yeah, all the money is going towards my retirement. Like I said, I'm going to build it up a little bit more. And just get things settled. I mean, it's going to be nice to where if I make such and such amount of money, I just throw it in the bank. Doesn't need to go anywhere. Japanese beer? Oh no, it's very flavorful. And it's light. Base salary, let's see. $36,000 is the base salary. Like I said, it's definitely half of what I made, $70,000 at Verizon. Yeah, right around that, Pug, man. I'm not worried about the base pay. I want the commission. The commission's where the real money's going to be at. Well, Dads, it doesn't matter. Even if I was making $10 an hour, which I would never work for that amount of money, ever, at the end of the day, I would still be able just to bank it. So, but yeah, it's definitely half of what I used to make at Verizon. But, I don't care. I'm going to be doing something different. And most importantly, I'm able to still continue my live streams and do all my other work and stuff. So that's going to be the value itself. Plus, I have a good, the whole thing about it is that I want to have a work balanced life, in other words. No, I'm not selling anything. Yeah, it's a 40-hour job. Like I said before, the base pay doesn't really matter. It's going to be all about the commission. Once they mention commission, I'm like, okay, sign me up. You know what I mean? Whenever I was working at Montgomery Ward, my base pay was $5 an hour, but it was a commission job. And basically, I was able to rock the house with selling PlayStations and Direct TV and stuff. I got $30 for every Sony PlayStation I sold. And you guys know how popular the Sony PlayStation was. So, given in one day's time to where I would sell 30 PlayStations, that's $900 in my pocket. That's why I like commission. I can't really go into detail on that. I'm not selling anything. Oh yeah, I should be fine at the workplace itself. I mean, the biggest thing was the work balance and working banking hours. Having my weekends still and everything. Weekends for the most part, and just doing something different. Learning something different. Adding to my repertoire of skills. You know. Oh boy. Wonder what I'm going to end up doing tonight. Well, of course, Cat, I always use my own lube and condoms. I wouldn't trust somebody else's Jimmy hats. I mean, I got the good stuff. And appropriate lube. I mean, would you want to use somebody else's? Some people use some real cheap stuff. No, I have to have my products have to be quality. Because quality equals safety, cat. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, you know. I'll explain more of it later on, Agape, as far as to what it's based upon. But it's based upon customer investments. It's kind of a weird job, so. The best way I can describe it, I'm working in the financial industry. The banking financial industry. Which is where I want it to be. And like I said, if all else fails, folks, I can go to Spectrum. I can go to Spectrum. I can go to Cricket. I can go to Lowe's. It's not an issue for me to find a job or so forth, you know. And folks, that is important. That's why it's important not to burn any bridges or anything when working a job. Because once you burn bridges, you lessen your chance of getting any employment. I'm just going to be honest with you. You lessen your chance of getting employment. Well, even definitely for major corporations, Gully, just don't burn any bridges. If you're gonna quit a job, put in notice. Even if they fire you and let you go the same day, you can go back and say, "Well, I did put in notice." You know, make sure you conduct yourself in an honorable manner. You know. Why would I need to move? I could have taken some work at home jobs too. I prefer being outside of the house. I prefer working in an office. Well, Lowe's never fired me. I put in a 2 weeks notice, and of course they let me work out my 2 weeks notice naturally because they knew I was going to Verizon and they couldn't match. They definitely would never match the pay I was getting at Verizon. But the thing about it is, Gully, you don't want to take that chance, you know? Just if you don't like your job, just leave in an honorable manner. Just say, I appreciate the opportunity, but I don't believe this job suits my needs. I do apologize, you know? There is nothing wrong with that. Oh, I get where you're going at, you know? I guess the way the work field industry is nowadays is even it's so bad to the point to where they'll take back people they've already fired, you know. That's actually not a good thing. Generally back in the old days, if you got fired from a job, you're never allowed to come back. Ever. It's always best to disengage from that type of situation, Nolan. I find that whenever I was speaking on the phone with people that were screaming at me, the nicer I was to them, the more angrier that they got. I think you piss people off more when when they know that you're not getting to them one bit. Yeah, I never burn bridges. Not even at Taco Bell. And Taco Bell was paying me. I started at $4.25 an hour and I ended at $4.95 an hour. Although the money was, the dollar amount back in the 90s was worth a lot more than today. I mean, heck, my apartment was $2.95 a month and utilities included, so I definitely miss those days. And food was super cheap too. But yeah, I'm just giving you guys advice. If from the here and now, don't burn bridges at any job location. I use Durex, Cat. I use Durex products. They've never let me down. Yes, it is the final countdown. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. But yeah, I guess this work market is where even if you get fired or thrown out, you come back like a couple months later and they'll hire you back because they can't seem to find anyone that stays there to begin with. And then there's people that just get fired for silly reasons. Go figure. Am I going to sign up for Wes Watson's coaching program? No. Hey, Ryan. Nothing much, Ryan. No, I've not spoken to Genova lately. I've been busy with other projects, Quick Pump. There's absolutely nothing that Wes Watson can teach me. I wouldn't even pay him $1. There's nothing Wes Watson can teach you that you can't find in a public library. Like I said, folks, education is practically free. You can go to any public library. You can go on YouTube even, and find find any information that you need. It's not that hard. All right, folks, we got 15 minutes left, so get your questions in. If you wish to put in a donation, you certainly can. Make sure you smash the like button and enjoy the last of the Soul Poll. Not catch anything from these world's strongest men. Ryan, those people that are doing MMA, they're gonna get killed. I mean, they can't move around or anything. They have no mobility. Something that you need in mixed martial arts. There's no book to become a dominant alpha male. Yeah, there's a book, but you know, people have different definitions of alpha males. And you guys have heard my definition of alpha. So, well, quick pump, yes you can. I made a video about that, in fact. That guy, getting monetized is not as easy as you think it is. You can make your channel monetized, but if you do it too quickly without real viewers, you're not going to make any money. You know what I mean? You want to have quality subscribers, people that subscribe to you because they know. Mine only shows, you know, that many subscribers, but all of my subscribers are people that really wanted to subscribe to me. I didn't buy subscribers or anything like that, you know. You can have 10,000 subscribers, but if they're fake and they're not watching any videos, then what good is it being monetized? You're not going to make any money at all. Period. Last day for now, Pug, until I figure out, you know, time schedules and stuff. I think the biggest thing is that the shows will be a little bit later. Is having an 8-inch? No, it isn't. So, folks, what do you think I should do tonight? There's no football on. I don't feel like going to the Swordfish. I may drop by Hal's Chop House to go get a meal, but I'm not for sure. It doesn't matter whether it's Instagram or YouTube. The same rules apply, that guy. If you can easily get monetized on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. But if they're fake subscribers, that means they're not going to be watching. Therefore, you're not going to make any money. And ClickFunnels are crap. You know what a ClickFunnel is? It's just a fancy name for a squeeze page. I mean, you know, millennials nowadays call them ClickFunnels. Back in my day, we called them squeeze pages. That's all it is. In fact, I mean, you can literally build your own squeeze page. I mean, the thing about it is, you don't need to pay to build a ClickFunnels. You can literally build one for free. Why would I pay Wes Watson for something that you can build for free? It's not hard to design a coaching page. Let me show you guys something. You're gonna like this. Watch this, folks. Now, if you look here, you go on Fiverr. You got people that'll build you one. This here is a Fiverr's Choice Pro. $80, he'll set you up a coaching website. You pay him $210, he'll set you up a modern one. These are one-time fees, folks, $255. With all the analytics, live chat system, and everything from an actual expert. You don't need to spend $3,500. And that person designs it for you. That person works for you. In other words. The only thing a squeeze page is, Ryan, it's just a one-page thing that circles you just to fill in your name and your email address. That's all it is. It's nothing. I can build one in like 5 minutes. They don't work. It doesn't require any work. Here, let me show you something else. All right, we're in Chat GPT. Watch this. You want to do Wes Watson? Ask Chat GPT. See, Chat GPT will create you a squeeze page. There you go, folks. That's $3,500 right there. That was built for free with Chat GPT. That's the HTML. The only thing you need to do is copy it, and that's it. That's a squeeze page. That's a click funnel, folks. And you're going to spend $3,500 for something that can be created for free. Because all you need to do is just copy the code and then paste it into... Hold on. I think I got time to do this. I'll show you guys this. Gully, the amount of time it takes just to slightly modify it, the only thing you need to do is put in your email address. Even then, you could set up WordPress, and it has a template for a squeeze page. Like I said, it doesn't require nothing, Gully. Trust me. Well, it's not that I don't get it. It's just that Wes Watson ain't going to get any of my money. Exactly, Gully. These things weren't even useful 20 years ago. You have to understand that click page, just because you get someone's name and email address doesn't mean you get the sale. It's important for your website to add value. But yeah, I wouldn't be trying to sell any coaching stuff. It doesn't matter if anyone wants to spend their money on this, they can. Point being is Wes Watson would be the last person on this planet next to Sean G that I would listen to for business advice. Period. End of story. If he wants to roll with Wes Watson, more power to you. I'm not. You know, I really pick out some good music. Quick Pump, I'm not going to ever get into any self-driving car. Those things scare me. Those things scare me a bunch. You're missing a lot of people, Bubba. You forgot about people like Haystacks Calhoun, you know, and stuff. So you're forgetting a lot of the old school people. Let's not forget the Giant, you know, the Giant, Paul Wright. See, Bubba, you forgetting about people like that. Actually, let's keep the hat on. Indeed. Yes, that's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do, folks. I mean, I'm gonna be putting more shorts up on Instagram. But believe me, having a monetized site doesn't pay as much as people think they do. Think it does. It really doesn't. The truth is, most of the money I get on this YouTube channel is for videos that I've already made. I don't really have any sleeping bag stories. The only time I was in a sleeping bag was whenever I was in the Boy Scouts. And I stayed in my sleeping bag by myself. A very pathetic amount there, Ryan. Very pathetic. I didn't do much this month. Next month I should make a little over $100, maybe. When I was doing regular videos before live streams and was monetizing everything, I was getting about $300 to $400 a month. but it required me to put up like 2 or 3 videos a day in order to do that. But folks, that is the end of the final episode of the Happy Hour live stream. I want to thank everybody for coming. Make sure you guys thank Pugman for the show and everything else. Thank everybody else that's donated. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the midnight run. So I'm out, folks. And as always, peace and soul.